Hey everyone. So, as I'm sure many of you are, I've got a bunch of things on my mind. Um, One, really excited about the upcoming event. For those that don't know, I'm going to the Kyle Cease event in Glendale, California this coming weekend. And I'm glad that the wildfires out there appear to be more contained, less threatening to the area. So, excellent. On top of that, I recently had to reach out to a friend to help me out in the interim with my bills, which has always been a sore spot for me, but I did it because that's what I needed to do for my family. It's what I needed to do for my boys. And I need to do it for myself. This concept of pride leading me into bad situations because I'm not willing to ask for help, it never served me, not once. And, I had to swallow my pride and say, okay, this is what I need to do. And I asked for help and it came without question. Not that I thought that it would, but it came without question. So I said, okay. And I still am going to have some heaviness over that until I pay it back, which I will next week. But in the meantime, it's, being indebted in general, I don't care for at all. Being indebted to someone that I care about is definitely a no. No, I want no part of that. But in this case, it was needed, and I know I'm in a position to take care of it, so be it. Then, on top of matters, we've now got Hurricane Irma uh, threatening to come up the East Coast. And every state from Florida to North Carolina is currently under a state of emergency. And it's actually due to hit here the day that I'm supposed to come back from California. And so here's yet another thing that came up that in any previous year, even as recent as last year, I would have said, oh no, this is just too much. It's too much. It's too much. I need to be here. I have to do whatever. And it would have just been a fear based response because of fearing what I could or couldn't do, fearing what could or couldn't happen to people that I care about. And I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just not. It's not to say I don't take precautions. It's not to say that I'm not preparing myself for, potential emergencies or anything else that may come up. But this concept of I'm going to get talked out of or threatened out of or punked out of doing the things that I want to do, I need to do, are best for me in the long run, all because of really short term realities. It's the best way of saying it. It's short term realities. No matter what happens with the wildfires, that will pass. No matter what happens with the hurricane, that will pass. Um, no matter what would have happened with the bills if I hadn't gotten them paid, that would have passed. What wouldn't have passed, or at least what I wouldn't have regained, would be if I missed this opportunity and whatever growth I would have had between now and the next time I'm able to do something like this. So the time is now for me to take that step. And, it kind of reminded me of, I guess it was back in March. I was talking with a reader and she said to me, it was the first time I had really heard it, and I've heard it quite a few times since then. But it was the first time I really heard. She said, "You've always got a choice of love or fear. Love or fear. Those are the two choices you have. You can walk forward in love and know that the universe has got you. They've got your back. They're looking after your loved ones the same way it's looking after you, and that it's going to be okay and things are going to work out for your good. Or you can operate in fear that everything is going to work against you, that the worst is going to happen, that everything's going to fall apart if you don't fill in the blank. And I've done the fear response for so many years. I've done the, well, if I don't make it happen, it's not going to happen, or if I don't keep it from happening, it's going to destroy, fill in the blank. And I'm just not doing that anymore. I'm not doing that anymore. Is life crazy? Yes. Yes, life is absolutely crazy. In just about every way I can think of. But you know what? Life's going to be crazy whether I go or whether I don't. Life's going to continue to do what it does whether I go or whether I don't. The difference is going to be, what do I do in the midst of the crazy? Do I hunker down in fear that the crazy is going to take over me and everyone that I love? Or do I go forward, prepare myself, arm myself with new tools and new weapons and new ways of helping people where they are, loving people for who they are, and helping people to become the best versions of themselves? Or do I sit huddled around here thinking that what I can do here is going to equal what I may be able to do with further guidance, further training, further experience? And when I put it that way, it's a real easy decision to make. Real easy. So, looking forward to going to California and going to this workshop and seeing a bunch of people that I've been talking with online for months now, but never met in person. And just enjoying a big old party. And when I get home, we'll see how things are. We'll see what needs to be done. We'll pick up the pieces wherever we need to pick them up, and we will get on with our lives. But me not being here the day before or the day of the hurricane hitting, I don't think is going to change a whole heck of a lot, because frankly, if the hurricane's all that bad, it's not like I was going to be able to drive to help people anyway. So I'm going to trust that the universe has my back. I'm going to trust that God has my back. I'm going to trust that things are going to work out for my good and for the good of those that I care about. And when I return, we'll do what needs to be done. But I just wanted to, I've said it a couple times, but I want to say it again. And I'm just saying this for my benefit. I'm sure you've gotten it by now, but I'm saying it for my benefit, because this is a new page for me. You've only got two choices: love or fear. And the thing that I had to reconcile is that you can love based out of fear. And I don't know if that's really love. I mean, you're always going to be protective of the people that you love. But if you really believe that there's a God out there, there's a universe out there, there's a source out there that looks after people, looks after all people, has their best interests in heart, in mind, and that you are connected to that divine, that they have the power, the ability to look after you and yours, then walk in that love. Because walking in that fear says, I don't trust you to look out for me. I don't trust you, God. I don't trust you, universe. I don't trust you, source, to look out for my loved ones. I have to do it myself because I just can't trust you to do it. And that's just wrong. It's not true. So I am going to take my step of faith, take my trip as scheduled, and enjoy this workshop, this party, this reunion of spirit family, and reunite with the family of my heart and the family of my blood when I return. That's it. Hope you have a great day. God bless.